coordinators of the eSTEM program, Elementary Science, Technology, and Engineering Mathematics program, and we're housed at Richmond Elementary School in Fullerton. Our program has existed for several years now, and what we do is we provide supplemental education instruction for elementary students who are underrepresented and who need extra support in order to learn the concepts that are typically covered in a classroom.
So basically what we do with our students here at the university is we take our pre-service teachers, and in our math and science classes we talk about what are good practices for teaching elementary students. And then what the students do, our students, is go out and plan lessons for the elementary students. So they think about, oh, what do we know about pedagogy, about good teaching, and they structure lessons, and then they go in and actually teach 5th and 6th grade students at Richmond Elementary School. And in this way, they're getting exposure to a population that's maybe looks very differently than populations that they grew up with, or different exposures that they've had. So in this way, they're looking at situations, environments that maybe they wouldn't otherwise get that experience, that hands-on experience in teaching with those students.
We are meeting the needs of underrepresented students in STEM. This is community outreach at its best. We consider it a win-win situation in that our pre-service credential teachers refine their ability to teach science, technology, mathematics, and engineering concepts, and they support the local community. In addition, the elementary students are provided supplemental education to meet their academic needs. The pre-service credential students serve as positive role models and bridge the gap between higher education and K-12 learning.
What we found with some of our pre-service teachers is they might have misconceptions about particular populations. Let's say, for example, a population that's high Spanish speakers. They may have certain ideas about how they might best learn mathematics. And then actually planning for instruction and going in there and having an opportunity to work with a population that's maybe different than their own, they find, oh my gosh, things aren't so different. What we know is best practice is getting their hands on the math and science and getting them to experience the content in a way that's meaningful for these students. So in this way, we're breaking down some of those misconceptions, giving them the opportunity to have a real lived experience. So one of the things we know in teacher education that's really important is for pre-service teachers to reflect on their different experiences. So when we bring our pre-service teachers out to Richmond and have them work with the students there, it's a very rich experience, and we want to kind of capture that. So we have the students go back and think about, you know, what were the strengths from this lesson? What were things that were challenges? What will we change and do differently? And they might write a post to respond to this. They may create pictures, have voiceover, but in their way they're reflecting on this whole experience, and that really drives future instruction. And this is where we can really look at what did they find most valuable and insightful from having this real live experience in the classroom.
What we found in the past is that since this is our students' true first experience at designing instruction and implementing the instruction, that they are able to apply theory to practice and implement strategies that they previously only read about. So the theories are no longer abstract concepts, but instead the students have a tangible experience that they could draw on, connect to, and then build on as they move into their student teaching experiences. And this helps them as they pursue future careers as educators.
Another thing we like to talk about with our students is how to think critically. And what we know based on theory is that we see students learn from concrete modalities that then transfer into pictorial representation, and then finally symbolic representation. All that while having abstract thoughts through each of those stages. So we want students to look at how can we engage these learners, these elementary school students, with hands-on concrete modalities. So it allows them to think critically about, what do I know about what theory says? How does that translate into what I'm actually doing in practice? And how do I make that a valuable experience for my learners?
And with regard to school practices, the school community has really embraced us, and they know that the services that we're providing through the eSTEM program supports learning. So therefore, the partnership that we've created with the school is quite valuable, not just to us, but to them as well. And what we have learned through the partnership throughout the years is that we share a common vision. So we collaborate with the classroom teachers who identify the skills and the standards that students need extra support with. And What we've realized throughout the years is that the school values our eSTEM program, and it supports the teaching and the learning, and our partnership is not just valuable to us as a university, but to the school as well. And what we've learned through years with our partnership is that over the years, we have a shared vision. We collaborate with classroom teachers who identify the skills and the standards that students need extra practice on. Then we take those skills and standards that are identified back to our pre-service teachers, who then design lessons focused on those skills, so that in turn the elementary students are able to improve upon those skills and have a rich learning experience.